Welcome back to Chief of None. I am your host, the Chief, and we are back with episode 5 of the Journeyman series. And unfortunately, guys, we failed. We've been relegated from the FNL. I mean, it's bad news. We've obviously been sacked by Nefti Hammock. Not necessarily because we did poorly, although obviously we came in to save them and we didn't. But because there's no leagues below the FNL in this game, so even though Nefti Hamek are going to be relegated to the PFL, I can't manage in the PFL because there is no PFL. I haven't got any custom databases loaded, so they just got rid of me. I mean, if we go to the fixtures, it's not as bad as it looks, guys. Or it's not as bad as it sounds. So as you can see here, we've got 41 points and we are 8 points off safety, and there was only 2 games to go, so we could only get a maximum of 47 points. But the reason we actually got relegated was the poor form. Ahead of time. But the last few games we'd actually turned it around. So from the feature game which we lost 3-1, which we saw, we then went on a winning streak. We beat Volga 3-1, and this was an excellent game, to be honest. We just turned it on. We beat them with ease. They actually got an equaliser right after we'd scored, and I thought, oh no, same old story. But Shadrin scored 2, Kayakov scored late, 3-1 victory. Next game after that, over our relegation rivals, Krasnodar 2, we managed to sneak a 2-1 win. We got the first goal again. We conceded a penalty. I thought it was going to be 1-1 towards the end. Then, I think it was Shadrin, he got a penalty, and Klenkin, as you do, puts it away, 2-1 win. And at that point, there were so many teams on around 46 points, which was the maximum that we could have got at the time. 40. And at that point, there were so many teams around 46 points, and obviously our maximum was 49. So I was thinking, you know what, we could get out here, great escape. Then we played Torpedo Moscow, who were 10th in the league at the time, so a decent team. And as you can see, we drew 3-3. So we went down early but we clawed it back, came back to 1-1. Then they went up 2-1. Then we clawed it back again, 2-2. Agapov scoring his first 2 goals of the season before we took the lead through Goylin. And I was going nuts. I was going skits. I thought, we're going to do it. Great escape, 3-2 victory. Let's push forward. But we conceded a late goal, and that absolutely killed us off. Like, I was hoping maybe some of the teams around us would do us a bit of help and keep the teams that we were chasing with losses, but it wasn't meant to be, and we've been sacked. So the last 2 games, Akron and Irtish, we might not have won them, but it would have been nice to finish out the season at least. But alas, the board have decided to relieve me of my duties. So the next step from here, as you know, is back to the job centre. I mean, I've brushed up my CV a bit. One thing I did do, one thing I have done since we took over is I've gained a National C licence. So fair play to Nefti Hammock. They paid for my National C licence. And as you can see, tactical consistency is excellent. I'm very consistent with my tactics. 100% record in press conferences, decent hands-on approach, decent media handling, and I want a high tempo pressing. And I've picked up some coaching stats. That was from the National Coaching License badge, so that's looking quite good. My adaptability's gone up because I've managed in Russia, picked up some skills here in motivating, man management, discipline. So I've rounded out my skills. That was a good experiment in Russia. As you can see, picked about 17% knowledge of Russia. So I'm happy with that. For my first outing, I'm very happy with that. And we go again. Now it's going to be summer. Hopefully there's some management movements. There's some guys that get sacked. But as you know, our next step now is to tell our personal assistant, find some jobs for us, and then see if we can manage and sweep by another interview and get a role. But this is a short and sweet episode for episode 5. We've been sacked. Was expecting it a little bit, but it's always not nice. But we move. Furlough gang for now. Well, I guess not really furlough gang, but I guess it ties in with the times. So furlough gang, we've been given our compensation package. Now we're going to look for a new role. So we'll see you again soon with hopefully we've got a new job to tell you about. But as always, like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for rocking with us. I've been your host, the Chief, and we'll see you again for episode 6 soon. Peace.